Previously on Mythbusters, The Search.
Did I hit one of them?
8 hopeful hosts took aim.
You guys doing okay back there?
And hit the high seas for an urban legend adventure.
Cardboard boat? Totally floats.
But with Jason jettisoned, the search continues with more myth-busting mayhem.
This is gonna kill someone, guys.
The competition cranks up.
Get your butt up here!
With an age-old adage that defines the impossible.
One giant haystack, 4 needles.
And a classic Hollywood cliche.
Come on!
Who will make a great escape?
Hey!
Who has what it takes to make it
Let's go!
as a Mythbuster?
Person leaving us this week is... The Magnificent Seven. Welcome to Mythbusters The Search. This week we have for you the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is that you'll get 2 myths to put to the test your myth-busting prowess. The bad is at the end of the week someone will be going home. And the ugly is your first team myth because it's so difficult. The myth is that it is impossible in a short amount of time to find one of these in all these. Yep, it's classic Mythbusters.
I'm really excited to be doing this because it's one of those myths that's based off a colloquialism.
Oh, you mean like the needle in the haystack?
I was a little bit intimidated. I've watched that episode maybe a dozen times, and it is one of the most challenging things I've seen them do.
Not sure about this.
I remember Jamie and Adam putting blood, sweat, and tears into their rigs.
6 hours later, Adam's team is still going at it.
And I'm ready to do exactly the same.
Yes, it was one of the most grueling tests the team has ever tackled.
Let's keep going, let's keep going!
Even with the help of modern machinery, finding needles in a haystack really is as hard as it sounds.
It was a total nightmare.
Question is, can our talented wannabes build better machines and this time bust the myth?
So here's the deal. You have 3 days to build some sort of sorting contraption that can find both 3 modern metal needles and 1 traditional bone needle. For teams this week, John, Alan, Tracy, Martin, you're gonna be Team Blue. Okay, which means that Brian, Tamara, Hackett, you're Team Red. Now you may notice that that's 4 versus 3. So I'm gonna give Team Red a quick option here. Either you can have a ghost builder who will do whatever you say but offer no creative input, or you can elect to find 1 less metal needle.
As far as having 3 people on our team, the planning's probably gonna go smoother, so I actually like it.
Is the builder an actual ghost?
It's not a real ghost, Hackett. Jeez.
We're gonna go with the builder.
Interesting choice. Let's get to work.
With the clock ticking on a challenging 3-day build, the teams hit their respective HQs and whip up a brainstorm.
This is supposed to be impossible, so do we have any ideas?
Team Red's trio of Hackett, Brian, and Tamara
I'd really like to look at fire, maybe thinning out the hay.
begin by looking at potential separation mediums.
I'd love to look at air separation, see if I can blow away the hay.
And in keeping with the Greek conception of the 4 elements, you have air, you have fire. I'll take water and something involving magnetism.
So, with 4 ancient elements in mind, Team Red is going Greek. Fire to burn off the hay, air to blow it away, water for a density disparity, and magnets to pull out the metal. They'll test each separately and then combine them into an as-yet undecided system. Next door with Team Blue.
Where did it go?
John, Tracy, Alan and Martin discuss similar methods.
So fire, water, air, magnetics.
But crucially, they start with the big picture.
Basically, the whole foundation of this thing could be some sort of ramp. We could set up a distribution system where we could just stack every treatment we want.
What we're thinking of right now is a multiple stage conveyor belt. So one part of it will shake and maybe separate needles and hay that way. Other parts of it will have blowers. Yet another part of it might have a fire bar to burn hay away. At the very end, we have a pool that can separate hay and needles that way. Let's start with our small scale vibrating table. I've got a motor with the off-center weight. What could possibly go wrong? 3, 2, 1. I see it. I see the needle in the hay. It is traveling down. You can see it shaking out. It's like inchworming down. Dude!
Needles fell out beautifully.
But I mean, the hay didn't move much.
That hay didn't move, and we need to get through an entire haystack. So next is more vibration.
Yes, the drill worked on a handful of hay. But to tackle a ton and shake a full-scale steel structure, they need to go big.
This is our giant 2-horsepower electric motor. We've got an offset weight here so that when it spins, it'll shake. All right, I'm gonna plug it in. Hopefully it's gonna shake the ever-living crap out of everything on this table. 3, 2, 1. It works.
Meanwhile, Team Red's Tamara begins testing with water.
We have 1 bone and 3 metal. We know our metal ones are gonna sink. Our hay is obviously gonna float, but the big question mark is this one, bone. This is a really good thing. The only problem is the volume of the hay. We're gonna end up with a soggy mess pretty quick.
Yes, the mass of hay and its tendency to clump together when wet was a huge problem for one of the original team's methods.
Adam's gonna have about like 50,000 pounds of wet hay to get rid of at the end of this story.
So, Team Red, less than convinced, moves on to air.
The hay bale is made of smaller flakes.
As a first step, Brian wants a mechanical method to mulch the hay. Some way to turn large bales into fine chaff fast.
So we got to test if our leaf blowers can shred this hay, make it a little bit smaller and more useful to us. More power.
That's a promising start.
Beautiful.
I really like this myth because not only is it something we've all heard of, but it's something that Adam and Jamie actually tested all the way back in 2005.
Adam's rig is actually fairly clever.
I think mine might be a little bit more thorough.
And already I can see that the candidates are going in new and interesting directions.
Science.
That's pretty exciting.
Team Blue has a solid start.
It's like inchworming down. Dude!
They've already tested mechanical vibration as a separation method. And now they're dialing in on the remaining possibilities for their assembly line design.
Oh, yeah.
First, a fan to see how well it declumps the hay.
All right, so this is our ramp. Hay comes over.
Okay, yeah, kind of. Oh!
Hey, look, it's working. What's wrong, Alan?
Well, there's hay on my face and there's hay on the fan. Oh, there it goes. There we go. That kind of worked.
So that just got rid of almost all of our hay, and we should have needles still on our ramp.
That is beautiful.
So, fan blasting gets the small-scale seal of approval. What's next?
One of the things we're going to use to actually catch these needles is a magnetic strip that goes entirely across our ramp. To do that, we have these rare earth magnets, but we don't have a lot of these. So what we got to figure out is the maximum distance these can be apart, and the needles will still get stuck.
Needle down.
And our magical distance is...
Ooh, what is that?
Like 1.5 inches.
So that means if we put 2 magnets side by side, 3 inches apart, it'll cover that entire distance in between, catching any needles that pass through.
Next small-scale test, we're going to see if we burn the hay, if the bone needle will still be intact. Bone needle, you are the queen of dragons.
The plan is to burn the hay, reducing the volume, then to extinguish it in water and search for the needles at the bottom of the pool.
All right, do you see any sign of the bone needle?
You found it!
Well, I found half of it.
Oh. Not only did it reduce the clarity of the water, it burnt the bone and put it in 3 pieces. Black water, black hay, black needles. It's gonna be really tough.
All right, Tracy, without using fire, I'm gonna put this bone needle in this hay.
So let's see what's on the bottom. Oh, I don't feel anything except a bone needle.
All right, this stuff floats really well when it's unburnt, and it's a whole needle.
All right, ditch the fire.
So, unlike Team Red, Tracy thinks water is the way to go. Meaning it's time to go to work assembling their assembly line. A giant vibrating ramp with 2 lines of rare earth magnets, a blast of hay-separating air, and finally, a pool to let the needles sink. It's a mammoth undertaking, and they'll need to pull together for the big build ahead. Over on the red side of the shop, air is looking promising as a potential first step in their system. But Hackett wants to supersize their leaf blowers.
What I'm working on here, it's basically the leaf blower that you were playing around with, but much, much larger. Like large enough that instead of a handful of hay, we can stick a whole bale in at a time.
Perfect.
This is the ultimate in declumping technology.
All right, let's weave it to the table as well.
So while Hackett cooks up a plan to ramp up their hay declumper, Tamara and Brian head outside to play with fire. Can they succeed where Jamie's fiery furnace failed?
Adam beat us fair and square.
Give me some sugar.
It's about time he beat me in one of these contests.
One of the challenges is the fact that hay starts to insulate itself as it burns.
Turn around, Tamara. I'm gonna hide the needles and see if you can find them.
So I'm gonna be looking at the sweet spot of not being able to get a burn and not being too hot to damage our bone. A little bit underwhelming.
That's exactly why we do these tests. So the needles are still entangled in here.
Maybe if we could get a fan to give it some loft and circulate it, they could fall out.
That's one of the needles.
The propane torch alone didn't burn the hay away. But by simultaneously blasting the clump with a fan and the fire,
Dude, that worked well.
the result is much better. And because it burns so fast, both metal and bone needle fall through the ash intact.
It made it. If we have multiple flames set up, it might go a lot faster.
So you can see like a spiral of air coming in, blowtorches coming in, mixing together, giant chaff burning.
Giant tornado/hurricane going. It's just gonna...
Safety third. So on the small scale, we tested wind, water, and fire. And what we learned is you really got to turn that hay into chaff. So Hackett's got to make the mulcher from hell to get that hay flowing real good. And we got to make a swirling tornado fire chamber to burn it all up so those needles come out. As far as where that water comes in, I guess it's to put the fire out?
What could possibly go wrong? So all that's left to do is to build their giant hay-shredding fire tornado. No small task, given the limited time window.
Of all the myths the candidates have tackled so far, this one probably has the most demanding schedule. They effectively only have 3.5 days to complete their hay sorting machines. To put that in context, when the old Mythbusters did this, they had 7 days, double the time.
Whoa. It's gonna be like that.
That's what makes this a real challenge.
Wait, was that a guard?
Mythbusters and jailbreak tall tales go together like a con and stripes. And the criminal legacy continues as the 7 hopeful hosts pause their needle-finding efforts.
Oh, no.
To test a classic Hollywood cliche.
This is your special guest judge this week for your second myth. By training, Deviant is a physical penetration specialist, and it means that he's an expert at breaking and entering.
Yes, as a security consultant, he literally wrote the book on how to pick locks.
So the myth is, at least according to Hollywood, as long as you have one of these, you can always and without fail get out of a pair of these. We're calling it Handcuff Houdini, and here's how it's gonna work. Welcome to my interrogation chamber, or the test station for this myth.
Holy, this is gonna be awesome!
I have this inner action hero that is dying to come out.
I will be bringing each candidate one by one into this chamber, sitting them down, and then handcuffing them.
I feel like this is going to be kind of impossible because handcuffs are designed to not be taken off easily, especially with stuff that you would have on hand like a bobby pin.
From there, they have just 8 minutes to get out with the bobby pins provided.
Honestly, I'm wondering if 8 minutes is enough time for me to gnaw my own arm off.
However, if they can't get out in the first 6 minutes, they can take this tape off a practice cuff to see the inner workings of the locking mechanism.
Opening a handcuff with a bobby pin, there's a right way and a whole lot of different wrong ways. I'm pretty sure I know the right way.
Then they have the remaining 2 minutes with all that knowledge to escape, or else there'll be some explosive consequences.
I'm kind of worried about why we have these suits. It's freaking me out a little bit.
Which is why they're wearing protective gear.
I already got a hole here. This is not a good start.
The candidates, dressed for an explosive surprise,
This is super creepy.
are led one by one into the interrogation chamber.
Now, which is your non-dominant hand?
Left hand.
This one.
Left. They're both dominant, man.
Their confidence in their own ability
Can I get out in 8 minutes? Probably not.
and the plausibility of the myth covers the full spectrum.
I think given 8 minutes to try to escape, if it's just the handcuff and the bobby pin, I got pretty good odds.
I need you to put these on.
Normal day in jail.
You feeling confident?
Until you put your hand on me, yes.
On the face of it, we're testing whether or not you can get off a pair of handcuffs using just a bobby pin as easily as Hollywood suggests. Good luck. However, we're also testing for wannabe Mythbusters. We're looking for things like who knows the science of locks, who can innovate, who is calm under pressure. These are traits that a Mythbuster needs to have, and what better way to see these come to the surface than by literally shackling our candidates to the problem. All right, start the clock in 3,
Honestly, I'm just gonna copy what people have done on TV,
2,
which is put something in the hole and play around a little bit.
1.
Okay, let's see. Got a bobby pin here.
Well, judging on how a handcuff works, there's a ratcheting system. I heard it go brrrr as you put them on.
So, this is a lot bigger than that hole is.
So the idea is to try and spring the pawl that holds the ratchet away from this whole rack system.
Now, he's using real terminology from the get-go. I think we might have a ringer here.
But these bobby pins are too big!
Shoot, I need to strip it.
1 minute down.
This thing is too fat to fit in, so I'm trying to make it skinnier.
It's got the teeth and it's got the ratchet that only goes one way.
So now I just want to get the handcuff pin in a way that somewhat looks like a handcuff key. There we go. Little hook.
Very wisely going for those little balls on the end. That's the critical step you never see in Hollywood.
6 minutes left.
I've seen this done in the movies a lot of times. All right. And so they usually take the hairpin paperclip and they bend a little bump into it, and they use that to try to pick the lock. I all of a sudden cannot remember which way a key turns, and so I'll do the same thing, and hopefully my years of TV and movie experience will get me out of this room. Oh, wait! Oh, shoot! I'm out, son!
Good news for John, that is 1 down.
Oh, man!
Little under 5 minutes left.
But with a sample set of 7,
I got it into the hole, now I need to do some tweaking.
Looks like he's trying the if twisting it doesn't work, I'll twist it more technique.
the myth of a handcuff hairpin pick is still undecided.
Come on! Okay, let me take a second. The key goes in here, they put the key in, and they turn it. So that means it's gotta be engaging something.
All right, 4 minutes left, Alan.
Come on, baby.
Oh! Yeah! Woo!
Were you just kind of screwing around, or did something click for you?
Well, you look at the cuff system, and as it closes on your hand, you hear the brrrt, and it reminds me of a freewheel on a bicycle. And so you have the grooves, and you know that there's some sort of a little pawl or a little foot that catches. So I knew that I had to get that bobby pin into the hole and somehow push that foot away, and it would come out.
With Martin and now Tracy free from incarceration.
I can't believe I freaking did that! Holy crap!
Good job. Jeez.
I can totally be in an action movie.
The myth is inching towards plausible. And here's Deviant, our devious expert, to explain why.
The large bow arm that swings around has teeth. Those teeth interact with teeth on this red ratchet that's called the pawl. Now, when someone sticks their key in a cuff, all they're doing is hooking that pawl and pulling it down away from the bow. You can do that with just about any small piece of metal. And there you are.
And you're out. In 5 seconds, you can take that tape off and get a little bit more information if you want. All right, Alan, you can now work on the other cuff.
Okay. Exactly what I was expecting.
Once the mechanism is visible, it should be simple.
Okay. All right, so this thing turns that thing, that pushes there. Okay, so.
Who has the composure under pressure?
Oh, God, oh no!
To escape the cuffs, avoid the surprise, and potentially an elimination.
Oh, God.
Yay!
Yeah, my heart's kind of racing right now. I did not want to find out what happens in that room when the time ran out.
10! You have only 10 seconds! You're resigning! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
I think I did great. I can't. Oh, wait. No, I did horribly.
All right, results time. The myth was that using just a bobby pin, you could reliably get out of a set of handcuffs without much experience. And because 5 out of the 7 of you did escape, we're gonna call this myth plausible.
We got a pretty cool crop of people here, I gotta say. Each one of them in their own way was very impressive, but the candidate who really took it away with a time of only 2.5 minutes for their escape, cool and collected, was John.
Oh. Good job. 2 people were unable to escape. That was Brian and Hackett.
I've been consistently in the bottom percentile of the mini-myths, and I'm okay with that. I'm assuming I'm good at other things, or I can lie about them in a way that covers up. And when I do fail, I fail spectacularly.
Hey, you gotta step it up with your hay sorting machines. Let's get back to work.
Coming up, the candidates go back to their coloured corners to conquer the needle-finding myth.
There it goes. This is gonna kill someone, guys.
And for one of them, the wheel is about to come off.
No! Don't push it off! Don't push it off!
Look at that!
Bull in a china shop busted.
When it comes to testing ancient, accepted aphorisms,
Shooting fish in a barrel.
Mythbusters has a long,
Elephants are afraid of mice.
distinguished,
Busted idiom.
and somewhat poop-stained history.
You can, in fact, polish a poop.
The next generation continue that legacy with a classic revisit. Needle in a haystack.
A little bit underwhelming.
But this time they have half the build time, twice the hay, and are competing for their myth-busting lives.
Getting on the show, getting a chance to be a potential Mythbuster, I would say is even harder than finding a needle in a haystack. And this journey, it just can't be over yet.
The teams have 1 day to complete their needle extraction contraptions. And Team Red has its work cut out bringing this massively ambitious mulcher and burner to life.
This is the burning cyclone of fire.
Hitting it was the answer.
We'll have Hackett's machine coming in through a window we cut in the side here. 2 flamethrowers at angles as well.
I think this is a job for you.
Looks like it.
Creating a nice cyclone of fire, and hopefully that'll let those needles just fall right on through.
Hey, Hackett!
Is that God?
Yes, Hackett. I know what you've been doing.
I've got some complaints, God, and I think you owe me money. We need to talk.
I can't hear you. I'm going through a tunnel.
We've got about a day left. It seems like Tamara and Brian's efforts on Spinny Bernie are going quite well. Choppy Choppy might look like a pile of parts, but Each of these little components, once they get fitted together, will make a much greater whole. I've got a day or so to do that. I'm confident it'll get done.
And he has a helping hand, a mysterious masked figure.
Some say he lost his face in a terrible water heater accident. Others say he's the one who tunes up Jamie's robotic mustache. All we know is he's called the Ghost Builder.
With the aid of the Ghost Builder, Hackett is assembling his giant debailer, affectionately named the Spinning Wheel of Death.
This is gonna kill someone, guys.
Yeah, right? What could possibly go wrong?
There it goes. It's running, it's running, it's running.
Won't die. It won't die.
It's wonderful. I don't see any problem with it at all.
Once up to speed...
No! Don't push it off, don't push it off.
The lack of precision machined balance is apparent, as is the danger.
All in all, I think this is a great machine.
I think we have to scrap it. We have half a day, and there's no way to make this safe in time.
This is the second time that I've worked with both Brian and Hackett, and Hackett's kind of a law unto himself.
In retrospect, maybe Spinning Wheel of Death wasn't the best name to go with.
He's both brilliant and terrible.
While Hackett has been spinning Red Team's wheels, Tamara has kept them on track.
We need to make sure.
But with just half a working design, they're forced back to the drawing board. Over in the blue corner, the multi-stage vibrating conveyor belt is already taking shape. Alan is prepping the electronics for the motors and helping John with the fans.
Oh! Oh my God! oh, it's up there.
Meanwhile, Martin is manufacturing his magnet line.
Imagine, my fingers are the straw, and we have a needle within that straw coming down a ramp. Check this out. Ching!
Tracy's lack of fabrication experience means she's been sidelined until now. But come test time, she'll be diving right in.
So if these needles make it through all of our system, they will end up in this awesome pool with me and a snorkel looking for them at the bottom.
Those are the parts. The race is on to assemble them.
If I had to pick who had the most and the least impact on our design, definitely Martin. I mean, he led the charge. He was right there when we started.
We got to go hard after lunch, or we're not getting this done, folks.
And least, I'd have to say Tracy. Watch your fingers, Tracy, because I'm going to slide it up to my feet. Slightly out of her depth in terms of, like, being able to make stuff.
Push. Back with the red team, and they have just a few hours to resurrect their chances of testing the myth.
We've been jokingly calling this Hackett's Wheel of Doom, but that's exactly what it is at this point. It could be the death of us. So we have to come up with something else, and fast.
This was leaf blower writ large.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just use normal leaf blowers, but more.
It's a scrambled but simple solution. They'll replace Hackett's supersized mulcher with multiple leaf blowers. Fed by handfuls of hay, they'll blow the chaff into the fire cyclone, and the needles will hopefully drop out. It is a last-minute compromise, but it does appear to work.
This build hasn't been that great, and at this point, I really can only put that on Hackett.
It's not as terrifying as one would like, but I think it's worked pretty well.
He's a great guy, incredible ideas, but he just can't manage his time and build what he says he's going to, and that lets us down. That's a problem.
What? In contrast, Blue suffered no major design setbacks.
Oh, look!
But with such a demanding schedule and uneven contribution from the team, they're cutting it close.
John's cutting in an access door basically to get the needles out of the fan box. We're just gonna make it.
All right, teams, that is it. Time is up.
Ended up looking quite nice.
Wow.
It's time to find a needle in a haystack.
I think maybe you ought to take what you think you've learned from this test and see how we can do against each other.
Mythbusters are no strangers to a hotly contested build-off.
How did I know Adam was gonna cheat?
From ways to beat a guard dog...
He's alive! Alive!
The duct tape whitewater rafts. Whoa! Team rivalry has been rife.
I think my rig's much more impressive.
A tradition our hopeful hosts are keen to continue.
What's up with the lame ghost outfits? Oh, the togas? That makes perfect sense.
I think ours, with all the fire, will be way more interesting and fun than theirs.
Yes, it's Red Team's Greek Fire Tornado versus Team Blue's Vibrating Assembly Line. That, for some reason, Alan's dressed as a cow.
I cannot tell you how many years I've walked by these 7-inch diameter googly eyes in the craft store and never had a reason to use them. So the fact that we finally have a big vibrating cow makes me really, really happy.
Not to be outdone, Team Red also worked past the deadline to trick out their design.
Super secret, sensitive, and intelligent robot. So after hay has gone through a fire tornado and has been turned to ash, the robot will then use its magnet pool to see if it can find any of the metal needles, and then it will utilize its arms to find any of the bone. So hope is between the magnet pool and the arms, we'll be able to get our needles pretty quick.
The robot might catch on fire, but, you know, we went for the full warranty. Not a problem.
When Adam and Jamie tested this myth over 10 years ago, it took them 8 hours to find 4 needles in 10 bales of hay. Ugh. For this test, both teams are finding 4 needles going in 15 bales of hay in 6 hours. Last metal needle. Thanks, Buster. Welcome to test day. You all still feeling confident that you can bust this idiom?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm real confident in our rig, but this is still 1 ton of hay. It's not going to be easy.
This is a signal-to-noise problem. We've got tiny little signal, needles, and all of this noise. Whoever processes the hay more quickly is going to win. I like our chances.
The first team to find the most needles in 6 hours will be the winner, and someone from that winning team will win immunity for this week, which means one of the rest of you will be up for elimination. All right, teams, 2 giant haystacks, 3 metal needles, 1 bone, 6 hours. And begin.
Fans are on.
All right, pass the baling. Oh, my goodness.
Fire it up.
So right off the bat, red team can't get their fire started. Blue team...
Up on this table, Al.
All right, motors on.
Motors on.
Oh, man, and it is so loud. All right, motors off. We need...
Go get ear protection.
Man, that is really loud.
Only 5 hours and 58 minutes to go.
Yep, it's going to be a marathon, an event the Greek-themed red team is qualified for. Whoa! They're fired up and furiously sifting their mountain of hay. Hackett and Bryant break down bales, while Tamara and the ghost builder tend the fire and sift the debris.
They have their mulchers working and their flame vortex working, and there's actually very little material coming out the bottom of that vortex. They just need to find some needles now.
The blue team is also in a frenzy.
It's like a blizzard of science!
John and Alan feed the conveyor belt from the top. Martin is guiding the fluffed handfuls of hay down the ramp past the magnets and fans, and Tracy searches the pool for any heavier-than-hay needles. Everyone has their eyes peeled.
You have a hole?
This idiom is really heating up.
Oh, it's hot.
60 minutes down, and both machines require running repairs.
We blew the cap off. 2.5 bales in an hour. I think we're doing better than the other teams, but no needles yet.
All right, hold on real quick. Let me check the magnets for needles.
Okay.
Nothing yet.
No needles, but there is encouragement for blue.
Hey, Kyle, this thing's working so well, it's separating out the wheat itself. Both the vibration and the wind just blowing away the stalks. And the only thing that can fall through is the dense wheat.
So you think that when a needle comes through, the exact same thing is going to happen?
Yeah, but we're going to have to sift through wheat now to get to our needle.
It's a needle in a wheat stack as well? Although Blue Team's rig also functions pretty well as an auditory torture device, I gotta say, I'm impressed. Right now, I think it has a pretty good chance of finding a needle. It's totally a needle.
Right there, right?
John, can you check?
Hey, I'm going in. Where is it?
Okay, right to your left, your immediate left. Do you see it?
Oh, it's a welding thing.
Damn. I could have sworn that was a needle.
No luck yet, but there's 4 hours to go. As the rigs continue the thermal and auditory assault, early optimism fades, and the monumental scale of this myth is inescapable.
So much mass, so many things that are vaguely needle-like, or at least keep jabbing into my hands. None of them are actual needles. Finding a needle in it, well, I guess that's why it's a cliche, huh? Okay, I get it now.
Halfway through their hay, and no needles in sight. Even with the aid of modern machinery, our 7 ingenious builders are finding the odds of busting this myth stacked against them. But Team Blue remains doggedly determined, and Red is far from cooked.
Blistering hot, there's ash everywhere, but I am not gonna let it get in the way of our wing. Go Red!
The most impressive part of Red Team's rig is obviously the giant fire tornado, but it could melt the metal needles and incinerate the bone needle. They did some small-scale testing to see if this would happen or not, but today, there's hotter temperatures inside their rig. Could be a huge problem.
Hey guys, we're gonna shut down and look through the system, see if we can find anything with what we processed.
Team Red has added magnets to their rakes to help sift the ash and debris for the metal needles.
Needle!
Yeah!
We just found our first needle, which is fantastic. It's all burnt up and charred. 1! We know it went through the system. Now we need to go find the rest of them.
It was bent, it was broken, it looked like a fish hook that had been through a war, but it still came through.
And before you know it,
Yeah! 2!
number 2 turns up, stuck inside the tubing before the fire cyclone, meaning it's in pristine condition.
Red Team's out ahead with 2 needles to Blue Team's 0. Which is honestly good news for Hackett. Remember, his plan A for the needle sorting rig was a total failure.
With just 2 hours left on the clock, the pressure is on for Team Blue, and for some, more than others.
Tracy is certainly trying her hardest to find those needles at the bottom of that swimming pool, but I can't help but think if she put that kind of energy into helping the rest of her team with that rig, the rig would be doing better by now.
Check it out!
What?
What?
Here!
What? Do we get one?
Got one.
Where? Oh, no!
What's up?
Yeah! Number 1!
This is why you never give up. This is why you never give up.
I am freezing. I've been standing in this water for what seems like forever, and finally, the fruits of our labor. We found one. We freaking found one.
10 minutes later, and Team Blue even the score.
Dude, is that another one?
Pick it up. We ain't got time for this. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
We just need one more medal. One more bone, too.
Get your butt up here.
All right.
That was great. So far, our rig is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. We've got the 2 metal needles, and honestly, at the end of this, I wouldn't be surprised if we found the bone needle at the bottom of that pool.
With just an hour left on the clock and the sun setting, Team Red go ahead.
Hey guys, sitting on the table. All we need is the bone needle.
Nice!
3 needles for Red Team. All metal, which means they only have to find one more, the bone needle.
But next to draw blood is Blue.
Down!
Ah, God.
How'd you find that?
I was squeezing it, stabbed me in the damn hand.
Lucky!
Took one for the team. You can thank me later.
That's 3 metal needles apiece. The competition is red hot and the myth hanging by a thread.
Things are very tense right now. Both teams have each found 3 metal needles, so who's gonna get boned? I mean, who's gonna find the You know what I mean. All right, you've had 5 hours and 45 minutes to find a needle in a haystack. Only 15 minutes left.
We are searching in vain for this bone needle. It's the only one left, and all I'm getting is ash.
In the final frantic minutes, both teams sift the last hay bale, search the debris and their rigs. But with the setting sun, the race is done.
Okay, team, that is it. Shut down your rigs. Time is up. Cease operations immediately.
In the end, I'm really happy with our system. We got 3 of the 4 needles. Granted, we got only the metal ones, but I'm pretty sure the bone had a wild ride and either got shredded or went up in a blazing flame of glory.
So, you all just spent 6 hours sifting through literally tons of hay. What were the results? Well, the myth was that it's virtually impossible to find a needle in a haystack. And after building elaborate machines and spending all day testing them, neither team was able to find all of the needles. So we're gonna call this myth confirmed.
Yes, despite the extraordinary effort, ingenuity and use of modern machinery, finding a needle in a haystack is as hard as it seems. And the myth is confirmed.
And now for this week's coveted Mythbusters MVP trophy. For these 2 myths, we wanted to highlight someone with determination, skill, a willingness to get their hands dirty. This week's MVP is Tamara. Good job.
It's heavy.
It's very heavy.
The last few weeks, the myths have been a lot of work, a lot of dedication to get through, and it's really been an amazing ride. And I feel so blessed to be honored with the MVP this week. I'm really surprised and really happy right now.
While the remaining 6 of you showed great teamwork and on-camera talent this week, I talked it over with the rest of the Mythbusters crew, and we feel that one person lacks the build skills required to be a Mythbuster, something that is critical to the job. So the person leaving us this week is Tracy. I'm sorry.
This was an amazing experience. I am so glad that I had it. I met a ton of great people. I learned a ton of things.
I can totally be in an action movie.
And I'm looking forward to going to save the world now.
Next time, the 6 survivors revisit another classic myth.
It's the A-team. This is awesome.
Can junkyard scrap and cabbages,
That's perfect.
combine into a deadly makeshift weapon?
Oh, overshot!
And our hopeful hosts saddle up.
The handlebars, when turned left, move the wheel right, and vice versa.
To find out who can go the distance and become a Mythbuster.